and a sweet treat, you may consider visiting our next guest at Sweetology, which is their new makery bakery. We'll distinguish what that means in Ladue. And we are here with the owners, Kara Turner Newmark and DeAnn Bingaman. Welcome, DeAnn and Kara.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're not a bakery, you're a makery.
We like to call it a makery.
So what does that mean?
So the concept is that you come in and you can decorate your own, and that's why we call it the makery. So we have cakes, cupcakes, and cookies, undecorated, and then we supply everything you need to make it beautiful.
Yeah, so it's that experiential
Absolutely.
concept in retail
Exactly.
that's really popular right now, and you guys are capitalizing, probably the first in town, the first anywhere, right?
As far as baked goods?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We believe that we are the first in the country to do this. And,
Yeah.
and the game plan is that we will eventually roll it out across the country.
Great, and we love that it's starting right here in St. Louis at STL TV Live. Okay, so let's go back, because I know you guys have worked for years on this concept that you just now launched a few weeks ago. And so where did this come from? You both have different backgrounds. You were an attorney and you were a business person, DeAnn. So how did you end up migrating to sweets?
So I'm an attorney by practice, but an entrepreneur by trade for the last almost 20 years, mostly in the life science technology. And I quit that world about 5 years ago, and I knew that I always wanted to start my own thing. And I knew that I just wanted it to be fun and happy and something that I wanted to go do every day. Lightning struck, so to speak, 2 years ago when I was in New York, and a friend asked me, you know, how's your business idea? I said, I just haven't landed it yet. I said, I just want to be happy. And she said, well, what makes you happy? And I said, you know, what really makes me happy is being in my kitchen, decorating with my kids, licking fingers. And suddenly lightning struck, literally at that moment, and I said, oh my gosh, it's like entertainment retail around baked goods. DeAnn and I have been friends a long time, and as business women, we had always talked about starting a business and what that next step might be. And so instantly I knew this was in her wheelhouse, and she was the first person I told, and we started building our
DeAnn,
model.
Yeah, and you got that phone call or
Yeah.
email or
Over coffee.
knock on the door. Okay, so what was your first thought?
It struck a chord with me immediately. I knew it was just something we had to do because as a working mom, it's hard sometimes to find time to do those creative experiences with our kids. And I'm like Kara, I loved being in the kitchen with my kids, but you know, sometimes after a long day, baking and cleaning up, it's hard to do. And this really resonated with me.
Yeah, and you guys both have the business acumen to pull something like this off, but it took a team of people and a lot of work to get where you are today. So what were some of the things and steps that you had to take along the way, DeAnn?
It definitely took a team of people. It started with Kara wrote a very detailed business plan. We started doing market research. We worked with a local company on our branding, initiating that process because we knew that we wanted this to be bigger than just us and this idea. So creating that was a big step for us. And then the search for the location. You know, and just nailing down all of those details. Yeah. It's definitely a process.
And Kara, both of you have talked about being in the kitchen with your kids. So was your intended client right off the bat the mom and her kids coming into Sweetology, or has that evolved and changed?
So that's a great question. I think initially, yes. But I think in our heart of hearts, we knew that we were our market. But we got affirmed when we went out and did a bunch of market research and focus groups. And we were surprised, but not really surprised. And our challenge was we had to create a brand that resonated with 2-year-olds to 92-year-olds. And that's really what Sweetology is. It's somewhere between sprinkles and chocolate martinis. You can enjoy a glass of wine while you're doing it. So women and grown-ups like it as well.
Yeah, great. So, and I know you guys 3 weeks out after opening have got to be frazzled. We're going to take a quick break right now. We're going to come back and learn more about what is really going on behind those doors in Ladue at Sweetology. Stay with us.